Yo, what up? So today I'm gonna show you how we can double the amount of sales calls you are booking for your agency by implementing one really simple, really low effort and really easy thing to do. And it's pretty much gonna work instantly. You don't have to send more emails. You don't have to start doing anything, whatever. You don't have to change your scripts. And this is gonna work pretty much for any agency who runs cold email or LinkedIn or ads or whatever, to get more clients and book more meetings. And I know that was a pretty big promise and pretty big claim, so hopefully I'll live up to it. But this is something super powerful that we pretty much try to do every single time when we're doing outreach or just doing like lead gen. This is something that we always tell our clients to implement. This is something that we have seen like massive results from, like has for sure generated millions and millions of dollars for us and for our clients over the years. So, and it's really simple to use. So we're going to go into that. Of course, before we get into it, if you run a marketing agency and you want to work with me and our team one-on-one, we'll build your funnels and help you with sales calls and cold emails and fulfillment, all of this stuff. If you want to work with us and scale your agency, go check Agent Velocity from the link in bio, book a call. We guarantee that you add at least 10K new monthly recurring revenue or you do not pay anything. So it's pretty sick. Go check that out, book a call with me, whatever. But yeah, so let's get into it. And as I said, this is going to be relevant pretty much with any source of traffic. Like, okay, there's going to be for sure some exceptions that someone's going to come up with, but all the main source. So if you run cold email campaigns, it's going to work really well. If you do LinkedIn outbound, it's going to work really well. If you do ads, boom, ads, it's going to work really well. And it's going to also work with, like, if you do organic traffic, like if you do LinkedIn content, whatever, it's gonna also work. And probably you could make it work with referrals and all this stuff, but I haven't really figured out, or I have never really looked into it because we don't really rely on that. So pretty much any single lead generation method, you can implement this. So the main big problem here is obviously every single time when you are doing any of this, you are doing content, you are doing ads, you're doing LinkedIn outbound, doing cold email, your goal is to get warm or hot leads, positive responses. So this is going to be a little bit like different from channel to channel. But if you're running cold email, you're looking for positive responses to your messages. The same goes with LinkedIn email or LinkedIn. If you're running ads, you're looking to get your lead forms filled out or someone to opt into your funnel. If you're doing organic traffic, you're looking someone to download a lead magnet or whatever, fill a form. But they're always looking for warm leads, people who raise their hand and say, hey, I would like to buy your shit. So you send out a cold email to someone, you ask, hey, John, do you want to hear more about this thing? And they say, yes, please. Boom, that's a warm lead. And then you need to book them into a call. So you book them into a call. And again, depending on whatever funnel you use, it's going to look a bit different. So let's say you run organic traffic, let's say you do LinkedIn content and you run it to a lead magnet, and on that lead magnet you have a welcome sequence to book them into a call. Again, the same thing. So what is the problem here? The problem here is that to run any traffic, you're either spending a lot of time or money, or both in some cases. Some cases, like if you run paid ads, like it's going to take you a lot of time to come up with new creatives, A/B test the funnel, do the media buying, yada, yada, yada. And you have to run like the ads, or pay for the ads as well. So every single one of these traffic channels either cost you a lot of time and money. And that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that fucking getting traffic should be free, because it shouldn't. But what I'm just saying that you're already investing a lot of traffic into this. And then you're getting all of these warm responses. So let's say that, just for the sake of simplicity, let's say that you do 1,000 cold emails. And from these 1,000 cold emails, let's say you are getting 50 positive responses. Boom. 50 positive responses. And from these 50 positive responses, you're getting 20 booked calls. So you spend time and effort to get 50 positive responses to get you 20 calls. And from these 20 calls, maybe you close, boom. Let's say you close 4 clients and each client is worth $5,000. Oh, that's pretty low. Let's say each client is worth $10,000. This makes you $40,000. Boom. So you pretty much put all of this effort into making $40,000, which is again not a bad thing at all. That's fucking great. Or let's say you spend $1,000 on ads, and this gets you again, let's say it gets you 50 warm leads that opt into your funnel, and 20 of them book a call, and it ends up converting the same way. Again, there's a million nuances in like different traffic methods and channels and funnels on how the actual numbers end up looking like, but you get the point. So the problem here is that you have gotten 50 leads, so you have paid with energy and money to get these 50 leads, and only 20 of them converted into a call, and only 4 of them booked a meeting. So what happens here is you have pretty much paid for 30 leads that just dropped off. These leads just fucking disappeared. They opted into your funnel or gave them a positive response, and then they just disappeared, you know? They never booked a call. They never responded to you. So you missed out on these 30 leads. And if you would be able to, let's say, take 15 of these and convert half of these dropped off leads, you could pretty much like almost double the revenue that you're doing. You would do like 70K. So you would, instead of doing 40K, you would do 70K, and suddenly all the economics of your business change, because instead of doing 1,000 emails for 40K, you're doing 1,000 emails for 70K, way more profitable, and you can spend more money and all of these things. So you're pretty much just losing a lot of opportunities by not booking every single warm lead into a call. And of course, you're not going to book every single warm lead into a call, but you're not booking all of that, or you're not booking as much as you can. So your customer acquisition cost goes up, your cost per lead goes up, your return on your investment on your outbound or ads or organic traffic goes down. You're just missing out potential. So what we want to do is we want to fucking hit these leads up. And we do it with something called, wait for it, you guessed it, call them. We want to fucking call these leads. And so immediately what you want to do is when a lead comes in, and I know not right now you're thinking, if you're stupid, you're thinking, oh, it's not worth my time to call these leads. I'm CEO of a business. We're going to go over that in a bit. Don't be stupid. So anyways, immediately when a lead comes in, what you're going to do is you're going to immediately call them. Boom, you see a positive response, boom, you call them. Hey John, I just saw that you asked for more information over email. I just wanted to ask we're going to go over the script in a second. Don't worry about it. But you call them, or if you're already doing like 40, 50, 60, 70, 100,000 a month, you're going to have someone else call them. Boom, I'm going to write warm call, and I'm going to here do sales call, just for simplicity's sakes. But this will like double the amount of leads. Like we have so much data on this that this will fucking 2x the amount of leads that you convert from here. So in this example, like it would not be unrealistic to think that you would get 35 that you would get 35 to 40 sales calls booked from these 50 warm leads. Like it's fucking crazy. And obviously, like again, instead of making 40,000, you could make 60 to 80,000 instead of 40,000. So you're like making 50 to 100% extra money on this with this like one really simple process that it's like really is. That's like 50 calls a month, 50 fucking quick phone calls that you have to do a month to have that big of an increase in your revenue. So it's crazy. And again, as I mentioned here, if you are like above 50,000, I'd say, could even do earlier depending on how your business is set up or how your agency is set up. Like you can hire an SDR, and I know Cole Gordon calls them MDRs because it's marketing development rep, but you can hire an SDR or you can hire whatever you want to call them, and you can have them do these calls. And if you're below like 30, 40,000 a month, you just call them yourself. And again, some people sometimes say, oh, but I'm a busy CEO, I'm founder of the business. Like, brother, if you're doing less than 30,000 a month, like this is one of the highest leverage things that you can do. This is like one of the best things that you can spend your time on. The best thing you can do with your time is have sales calls. Second best thing you can do with your time is try to have more sales calls. And everything else is below that. So this is like the second highest leverage activity that you can do in your business if you're below like 30, 40,000 a month. If you're above, just hire someone. It's going to cost like 1K, 1.2K, depending on your lead volume. If you have crazy lead volume, then it's going to be higher. And you're just going to have them. And pretty much how you set this up, it's really simple. Whatever channel you are using, so if you're running cold email, what you do is the automation that you run, like you can do it in Zapier or N8N or Make, whatever, doesn't really matter. Like they're all pretty much the same. I use Zapier because I'm not super advanced with automations. So what you do is, let's say you run cold email, you have Instantly or Smart Lead, and when in Smart Lead, positive response gets marked by the inbox manager, you just do zap with lead info to Slack channel. So you just have a separate Slack channel inside your Slack that's called warm calls or leads, whatever. And every single time when your inbox manager, or you can have like an AI robot also to do that, every single time when someone gets marked as a positive response, they get immediately called. And what you can even do, like if you're a true stud, you just do it for every single response so they get hit up even faster. But every single time when an inbox manager, boom, they see a new reply come in, they look at it, okay, this is positive, they mark it as positive response, it gets zapped, and then you or the person who's doing the call, so the SDR, they see it pop up, they call them, they book them in or they don't book them in, and then they just like mark an emoji. So you can just like have a rule that every single time a lead is called, they like react with a check mark in the Slack channel. And that's how you know that they have been called. And the same thing, like let's say you run ads or like content to an opt-in funnel or to a lead magnet funnel. So you just do every single time like new opt-in, you do zap with lead info to Slack channel, you know? So someone, like you do a LinkedIn post and you say, hey, we have this free guide on how to scale your pressure washing company through cold email or whatever the fuck your offer is. Someone goes and downloads that lead magnet. Immediately they get called. Hey, John, I saw that you downloaded our lead magnet on how to scale your pressure washing company. I just wanted to quickly give you a call and see what you thought about it, or see like, why did you download it? Or are you looking to scale, or do you run a pressure washing company, whatever? Okay, fantastic. Hey, what kind of problems are you running into? Yada, 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 yada. And they get booked into the call. Fucking easy as hell. So what do you say? This is the biggest thing. Like people think that, shit, like what do I say on the call? I don't want to do it. It's uncomfortable. What you have to first of all remember that these are not cold calls. These are warm calls. These people who have either given a positive response or opted into a funnel or downloaded a lead magnet, whatever, they have raised their hand and they have said, I am interested in buying this service and getting this problem solved for my business. They have showed extremely high intent. They are warm, super warm leads. This is not a cold call. So your call, first of all, can be super simple. If it's an email response, like it depends a little bit on your call to action. But for example, on email, what we like to do is on email, we use a call to action asking, do you mind, what is this? Yo. Do you mind if I send over more info? Like this is a call to action that you can use. And then when people say, yes, please send me more information, immediately they get called and you say, hey, John, I saw you. Or hey, John, my colleague, fucking Mark, told me that you just asked for more information over the call, or you can just use your whatever. Like, hey, John, I just saw that you asked for more information about our pressure washing company scaling offer over email. So I just wanted to quickly give you a call and ask, what kind of information would you like to have, so I can tailor it better for your specific purpose. And then they say, yeah, I'm just really interested on your model, or I'm just really interested in lead quality, and I'm really interested in what kind of projects you've done in the past. Whatever they say, you can just tell them, okay, in that case, it's way better if we just hop on a meeting, because we can show this to you, but it's going to be a bit visual. It's going to be hard to explain over email. So would Tuesday 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. work better for the call? And that's it. And they might give you some pushback, whatever, basic objection handling techniques there, you know. Or the same thing is like, if you ask for like, can I send a video, or is this interesting? Like you just a little bit modify your intro or like your opener line. You just say, hey, John, you just asked for a video, or hey, John, you just mentioned that this would be interesting to see for your business. I just wanted to quickly call you and ask why you think it's interesting, or what made you get interested on it. Okay, great. In that case, let's hop on a meeting, yada, yada, yada. And then if you have huge call volume, like if you have a lot of calls coming in, a lot of leads coming in, you can also have the person qualify them on the phone a little bit better. So before they hop into an actual meeting with you or with a closer, and say, okay, before I book in the meeting, just so we can prepare a bit better for the meeting, what kind of revenue are you doing, what are you using right now, whatever. So you can just pretty much like do a mini discovery call there on the phone, and you can get all of this information and close them. And like, for example, like one guy who, he doesn't work with pressure washing companies, but really similar niche, inside Agent Velocity, he asked me, he was having this problem that they were getting like a bunch of warm leads in, but their conversion rate from warm lead to sales call was really low. So he asked me, what should he do? And I told him to do this exact thing, just call the leads. And they're doing like almost 30K a month, and he's calling the leads himself. And he had this case where someone responded to an email saying like, hey, this is really interesting. And he called them like immediately when he responded, and he just like closed the deal on the phone for like thousands and thousands of dollars. He closed it immediately on the phone. He said, hey, John, I saw that you asked for information. And then the person he called was like, yeah, do you have time now to run over it? And he was like, yeah, sure, hop on this meeting link. And he just like gave him a meeting link and demoed and closed right there. And pretty much like the same thing applies if you run it to like an opt-in funnel or lead magnet funnel. You just need to make sure that you're asking for the phone number in the funnel. And you just, again, call them immediately. Call them immediately from that, and you just say, hey, John, I just saw you download this thing, or I saw that you watched this video on this, whatever. And again, like if you go to Agent Velocity, like you're going to see here that we ask for the phone number, but we are not going to actually call you because we don't have anyone to call these people right now because we just changed this funnel. So didn't want to do that yet. But I understand I'm taking an L on it, but we're doing this for the agency. That's what's more important to us. But it's really, really, really fucking good. And again, like it's going to have a massive impact on these kind of numbers. So again, like if you're doing 1,000 emails and you're getting 50 warm leads, like if you're able to, instead of 20, if you're able to get 30 calls booked in, like you just increased your revenue by 33%. Like so fucking effortless, like so good. So make sure that you're doing that. Make sure you're calling all the leads. And yeah, as always, if you run a marketing agency and you want to scale that up and hit 50 bands a month, and you want to work with me and our team, go check out the link in bio, book a demo call with me, and I'll show you how we do that stuff. Again, we guarantee you 10K in new added monthly recurring revenue minimum, or you don't pay for it. And yeah, amazing. Boom. Like, subscribe, do whatever. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.